Hey everyone, this is Clarinetgamer here, and I am back with another video once again for the first time in what feels like it's been ages actually since I've last made a video. And I'm here with my Q&A video as promised for this Christmas. And today I'm just going to be playing Crash Bandicoot 1 because, well, first of all, I felt like I should play this game because the Sony's PlayStation had their 20th anniversary recently, and I felt like, you know what, it's never too late to play a game that stood out in Sony's 20 years, and that was this one. And well, I feel like this one stood out, but even though it's not my favourite Crash Bandicoot game, I feel like I should play this just like a casual playthrough while I go through these questions and answers. Plus, I'm going to give a little bit of a thank you message at the end of this video as well, so without further ado, I'm just going to start playing this, and I might pause occasionally just to look back at the screen and answer the questions that people have sent me in. And thank you for those that have sent in questions. For those like that haven't had the time to ask me any questions, that's totally fine. I mean, I understand that you may have been busy like with other things. So without further ado, I'm just going to start answering the questions right now. The first one is from Skull Crusher, who I know is a huge subscriber of mine, and he's asked me quite a lot of questions as well. 10 questions precisely he's asked me right here. See, this is the difficult thing about doing a Q&A live here, is I'm playing a game, it's going back and forth between the screens. But I'll try my best to not fail so much in this game, although this is just a casual playthrough, so not that it really matters. But anyway, the first question the Skull Crusher asks me is, what are you going to do for future projects? It's a good question, that. Now, as far as it goes for my current projects, let me just turn this down a bit. As far as it goes for my current projects, I am on demo number 50 at the moment in my demo series, so hooray for 50 demos, the big 50. But first, before that, I've got to record another session of the Simpsons Sit and Run, which is level 4. And I think after that I'll be doing yet another demo, but I think in terms of future projects, I'll probably be finishing off projects that I started a long while ago. For example, like The Last of Us. I'll probably end up finishing that at some point, and also Sonic Adventure, while moving on to new games. And yeah, I'm not doing 100% for this. Like I said, it's just a casual playthrough. And I think, what other games have I got in mind? I've got the rest of the Crash Bandicoot series, like Crash Nitro Kart, Crash to Insanity, some other Sonic games. I've got a lot of games on my mind that I want to do as future projects, but because I'm that busy at the moment with college, I mean, life on YouTube may not be as huge as it used to be. I'm not saying that I may not have enough time to do more YouTube videos because I'm really busy in life nowadays. Oh, and just one other thing before I continue on with the questions. This spot right here, well, that was revenge, Plant. That was my vengeance for the fail episode, and your friends will probably come out to get me. Yep, there is one right now saying, "You killed my friend, vengeance must be mine." Well, too bad, never happened. I was about to go face to face with that Plant that killed me in the fail episode. Well, technically, that was my fault. I killed myself due to my lack of timing, but that's another reason why I wanted to play this, to give that funny moment, but that was kind of ruined. But at least I got vengeance on the Plant, but on that first Plant there for making me die in Let's Play Until I Fail episode 3. I still think that was my funniest episode yet. But anyhow, oh great, oh well, doesn't matter. But anyway, what other future projects have I got in mind? I don't know what else I've got in mind at the moment. Probably other games that I've completed that I want to play, like the Resistance series. I've not really, I mean, I did start a Let's Play that a while ago, but I've not really gotten around to continuing it. So I think I may restart that project, actually, since it's been a while since I've actually even recorded a video of Resistance. Well, the last time I recorded a video was back in episode 17 of Let's Play Until I Fail. But that's a good first question to start off with. And question number 2 is, are you going to make an introduction video to your videos? I don't know, to be honest. I'm kind of against that idea because, I mean, I've got my channel trailer there. I mean, I'll think about that, but at the moment I'm kind of saying no because I don't really see the point because well, I don't know. I mean, this may just be me, but I don't know if I really see the point of this, because I mean, of course, I could introduce like one of my clarinet tracks that I composed with my brother to maybe give the videos a bit of a kickstart, and maybe be a bit more enthusiastic with my introduction personally and my commentary. But of course, that'll come in time, as what Bacon Gamer has said to me in a comment on one of my update videos. But at the moment, I'm thinking about that actually. In fact, I'll just say, yeah, I'm thinking about that at the moment. But I think I may compose some more tracks with my brother in the near future. So that's one thing I've got in mind. Okay, so I'll just stop here for a second while I get the next question read out. Will you do a video about your recording setup? And this kind of ties into another question that my brother had asked me about what recording equipment I use. I may actually make a video on that in the future, because I don't believe anyone knows how I set up my recording and what consoles I have and what I use to record my footage. So I think I may make a video of that and just maybe make a tutorial in the future. For those who want that, of course. That's just a suggestion. I mean, for those who would like a tutorial on how to use ArcSoft Showbiz, I mean, not that I would think that anyone would need. Well, that was a bit of a fail, but anyway. Not that I think that anyone would need a tutorial on that, but I think I might show everyone how exactly I do my video setup. Whoa, okay, that was a close shave right there. Alright then, so what was question 4? Are you going to use thumbnails in future projects? Well, I did start to do that a while, but then I stopped because I didn't have the time to really make thumbnails, because I wasn't that consistent with my videos due to me being very busy with my college work. But since I'll have more time off, perhaps, but maybe into the new year I'll start making more custom thumbnails, but I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. Okay, now this one. Okay, boulders. I have to keep an eye on the screen here, because if I don't, I'm going to die. So, okay, so question number 5 from Skull Crusher. He asks me, what are your plans of finishing college? Of finishing my college work and getting a job. Now, that I'm currently thinking about at the moment. That's all I'll say about that. But for those that are interested, I am currently studying for a degree in BA in music performance. And it's a very challenging course, but it's going well at the moment, I feel. I've handed in my first essay back a couple of days ago on Monday, and I feel that I have worked on this essay quite a lot, and I put a lot of effort into it, and I've followed it as best I could, like, to get a good grade for it. Oh no, 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 no. Oh. Okay, right, good. Didn't get squashed, right, that's a good thing. One thing I've noticed actually, just before I continue on with the questions, IGN made a video of Crash Bandicoot for the 20th anniversary, and most of these levels in this game are reminiscent of Uncharted in a way, if you think about it. Some of these levels have like an Uncharted feel to it, like the jungle level running away from the boulder, Indiana Jones kind of style, and then you got the temple ruins. Does anyone not think that the Crash Bandicoot levels are kind of reminiscent of Uncharted? I didn't actually think about that of Crash Bandicoot until I watched that video by IGN, so I think that's an interesting perspective. But anyway, moving on to the next question. Or in fact, actually, I should talk about an ideal career for me once I do get my degree. Okay, I'll just go to the password, just continue, I'm not going to bother saving it. But as far as it goes for job, I've got a few jobs in mind. I've got like something to do with like clarinet performance. I'm not sure about that yet. I'll need to think about that one. A video game composer, because I've recently been analysing quite a lot of video game platforming tracks as of late from my personal project for college. And what I'm going to be doing for this personal project, for those who may not know about this, is I'm going to compose a track to a platforming game. Now at the moment I'm trying to find someone who is currently developing a platforming game who would like music for it. And what I'm planning to do for that is analyse a lot of different gaming tracks as possible to get a lot of musical features down there, so I could be prepared for any requests that they have for what they want the music to be like, and I could get like a preview video of their gameplay footage. So that's one thing I'll be doing for that. And as far as goes for another career in mind, possibly being a clarinet teacher, an instrumental teacher. I feel that I have kind of underestimated my abilities recently when it comes to teaching, but thanks to support from my friends, which I'll come to later, I now feel a bit more confident in my teaching abilities, and my students have said the same thing as well, like there's no need for you to worry about your teaching abilities, you're doing fine. So I have been kind of worrying too much as of late, but that's because I've been stressed out, which is completely understandable because this course I am doing is pretty stressful, but it is kind of like university work. Okay, first bonus round I've ever completed, and this time I didn't fail that one, but that's a good thing. But okay, so password again. So I think that kind of answers question 5 there. Question 6, are you going to buy a PS4 and Xbox One? To answer that question, I already have a PlayStation 4. Now, as far as it goes for an Xbox One, I've never really been a big fan of the Xbox. I mean, well, the Xbox 360 is a great console, don't get me wrong, but it's just I've always been a PlayStation guy, and I probably always will be in the future. I've got like a PlayStation 3, well I own actually a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. Don't have the PlayStation 1 though. Sad times, but anyway. I used to have one, but it's no longer there, so... Okay, so the first boss, but that answers that question. And if so, which games will you be playing on them? Well, at the moment, I have currently been playing, well, I've only completed one game on the PS4, and that was Knack. And, okay, I don't know how I took a hit there. No idea how that happened. Probably didn't keep an eye on the screen at that time. But anyhow, I completed Knack, and I thought it was a decent game, but to be honest, it was really repetitive. That was my main problem with Knack. If they're ever going to do a sequel to Knack, my suggestion would be for it not to be really repetitive. That's my main concern about them doing a sequel to this game, is if they can add more variety to the game, the better. That's my suggestion for improvement there, on the publisher or developer's part. But that's that, and a second game that I'm currently playing right now, well, should I say, well, I have been playing, not for a while now, is Infamous Second Son. But other games I'm planning to play in the future are Uncharted 4. I watched the gameplay of that, and oh, it is amazing. For those who have not seen the gameplay, I recommend you watch it. If you're a huge fan of Uncharted, please check out the gameplay because it is just magnificent. Like, graphically, it is impressive, but the gameplay itself is just amazing. As far as it goes for like Crash Bandicoot though returning to the PlayStation, I kind of hope it happens, but at the same time though, I'm thinking to myself, as long as Activision still hold that license, there is no way Crash is ever making a comeback. And that's the thing with Activision, like, they're just going to keep that license, I think, forever. They're never going to give it up. Unless they're offered like a ridiculous amount of money, like say $6 million or even more. That's my guess. I may be wrong about that, I may be over-exaggerating that amount, but that's my guess for Activision because, I mean, they have made great games, don't get me wrong, like Call of Duty, the Call of Duty series is really good, I mean, plus Destiny as well, I mean, that's also a really good game from what I've heard. In fact, going to the bonus rounds is actually a good thing. But other games I'm planning on playing on the PS4 are Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Now, there's been a release date hinted for that. I think it may be coming out next summer. And if that's the case, I cannot wait because, well, I need to play the other Metal Gear games first, or complete them first. Chronologically speaking, I'll need to complete them. Okay, just break these boxes. Okay, so... And also, a huge game that I'm really wanting to buy in the summer is Star Wars Battlefront 3 because I played Battlefront 2 before on the PlayStation 2 and that was just a brilliant game. Okay, right, I've not muted my mic. That's good. We're already off to a good start because if I had muted my mic, I wouldn't be talking right now. You wouldn't hear my voice. So, so no technical difficulties. Thank goodness. Okay, so, and I think I just saw the 7th question that Skullcrusher had asked me. Let's see what it was. Are you going to play PT when it comes out, and if so, will you be doing it with a face cam? Well, PT technically is already out, but as far as it goes with doing it with a face cam or playing it with a face cam. I don't know, I'm currently thinking about PT at the moment. Although I have to say, I did watch some videos of PT, and honestly, that game just scared the crap out of me. I'm not even joking. Like, there was, I think, what was the YouTuber's name? The Rad Brad, I believe he was called. When I watched one of his videos, and when one of the main antagonists of the game like grabbed the player from behind, I was just like, whoa, what was that? And I was literally frozen with fear. I'm not even joking. I was literally that scared. Ah. That's good times right there, but honestly, I needed to go out of the room and calm down because I felt like I had just seen a ghost. But okay, so what was did I answer that one? Yeah, I may play it, and if so, I may do it with a face cam, depending on what the setup will be. Alright, Hogwild, here comes some of the, well, the most memorable track of Crash 1. This one here, and I remember hearing this on the Crash Team Racing scrapbook. But I think that's very interesting actually, although this kind of level was never really referenced in Uncharted. Like the riding on the Hogwild, although actually, in the first Uncharted game they actually called the plane, the one that Sully was piloting, it was called Hogwild, that plane. So I think Naughty Dog was kind of paying an homage to Crash Bandicoot in a way by calling it that. Now, I may be wrong about that, although I could be right. They could have paid a like homage to, or paid tribute to Crash Bandicoot, like one of their first like well recognized gaming series that they developed. I could be getting another gem here. Well, that is if I die. That is, which I don't think I will, but we'll see. Yeah, okay, I've got the gem here. Yeah, and you notice that there was no platform there. I always thought there was like a platform there, but there wasn't. But anyway, on to the next question. What was the funniest or most hilarious game you've ever played? That is a good question actually. If I'm being honest, I'll need to think about this actually. The funniest game I've ever played. I don't know actually. I need to think about that. I honestly don't know what, like, I'm actually clueless right now as to what the funniest game is I've ever played. I'm sure there was one that I played before that was, like, really funny, although probably, if I were to say Uncharted, because of, like, the witty dialogue. Although that being said though, Deadpool. Like, I've seen Deadpool being played, and I've seen the cutscenes, and Deadpool is, it looks like a really funny game. Although there might be other games that I've missed. Like, that a lot of people will be saying, oh what, this is way funnier than Deadpool. Which will be more than likely, yes, that I'll have missed. Although, that being said though, there is a really funny game on the Crash Bandicoot series, Crash to Insanity. Even though the cutscenes are very cheesy, I will say that much, the dialogue is just hilarious. For those of you that have played Crash to Insanity before, you'll know what I'm talking about. The dialogue in that game is just, like, so funny. The cutscenes are hilarious as well. So I would say, for what I play personally, Crash to Insanity. But Deadpool, I think I had a lot of funny cutscenes as well. Although even though I've never really played Deadpool personally, I should play Deadpool one day. That's on my to playlist. I was about to say to-do list, but I think it's more appropriate if I call it to playlist. Okay. Alright, wait for this spiked pole to come down. Okay, there we go. Oh, whoa, whoa. Rolling monkey. Instead of a barrel roll, a monkey roll. Instead of that do a barrel roll, let's do a monkey roll. Yeah. Okay, but anyhow, what was the 8th question? What was the... Oh wait, no, I've already answered that, sorry. What was the scariest, terrifying game you've ever played? Now, I can already answer that by saying one that I'm playing at the moment, Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one. Although, that being said though, the sequel, or should I say prequel, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, is even scarier, but to be honest, I prefer, like, even though I haven't played the second one myself, judging from the second game, I much prefer the first game because that one, like, I'm getting more used to the game's mechanics. I honestly think the second one I'm just going to struggle to even get past the first night, because the mechanics for that game I think are way harder than the first game, and I think I could get used to the first game's mechanics more than the second one. That's my honest opinion right there of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Not saying that it's a bad game or anything, but it's just, I feel it's way too difficult as well. Like, the first night really should be a tutorial night, like the first game. So, I honestly feel like the creator of the game has possibly made Five Nights at Freddy's 2 a little bit too hard. The first one is challenging, and I know that it gets harder at the end, but I think is good that it offers players like a very easy first night, and then it gets progressively harder as it gets along. Like, I'm currently on the third night at the moment, although I've not played the third night ever since I recorded the second night, so I've still to record that, which will probably happen at some point, I'm not sure when. But I know on that night it's going to get a lot more difficult, because I think, from what I heard, on the third night Freddy starts moving even when the power's on, so I've got to keep that in mind. So I'm going to have to come up with a strategy for that. But I think I'm going to use that strategy like I used last time in night 2, and that was like keeping an eye on Foxy and then keeping an eye on Freddy, rather than Bonnie and Chica, because I could just easily check for them on the door lights, because they'll be there when I hear the scary sound effect. That being said though, I've never been caught by them yet, although only Freddy in my fail episode, and that was when I panicked too much and the power went out so easily, and Freddy just quickly, well, destroyed me. But yeah, that kind of answers that one. Five Nights at Freddy's is the scariest game I've played so far. And the final question that Skullcrusher asks, will you be doing more collaborations with other YouTubers in the future? If so, who will that person or those people be? Now, I'm still currently thinking about this interview series on my channel, and I think it's not really going to be a regular thing, it's just going to be something that's on and off every so often, because a lot of people are busy. And I know some people like Skullcrusher, I mean, I know that you'll be watching this, I know that people like yourself have had interviews from me, but that doesn't mean to say that we could still speedrun, or that we can't speedrun, because normally how this happened was like I interviewed a certain YouTuber and I would offer to do a speedrun with them to like give them even more exposure to their channel in a way, and that way I'm like interacting with them in a way, which I think is good for me personally. But so you're getting to know me kind of a bit better personally in this video. Like for me, interacting with people like a lot, I think is a great deal for me, because I mean, I never really get to do it that often, but through YouTube I should start to do that like a lot more often through YouTube. I mean, because I feel like the moment I'm in that process of like college work or uni work is taking over my life at the moment. That's probably the way every student thinks when they do uni work. That's probably a common stress that everyone has when they're doing uni work. But eventually I'll come to terms with the uni work and like take more breaks as I go along. And I know a lot of people have said to me on YouTube, and also like in real life, try not to focus too much on your work and take more breaks every so often. Just treat yourself. Like after you've done all that hard work, just treat yourself to something nice. Like this, like maybe recording a video, that's like a nice treat. Okay, so next bonus round. But anyhow, I think I'm going to do like a lot more interviews with people I know, like Rich Renegade for example. I might like do an interview with him, because I feel like I kind of, now in my opinion, owe him one. Like, owe him an interview. I mean, even though I've provided him shoutouts, I quite like to interview him, and perhaps maybe people can... I know the Bacon Gamer interviewed him before on his interview series, but I think it'd be quite good to interview other YouTubers. I mean, including like Bacon Gamer himself. I mean, if he's watching this, I'd quite like to interview him as well as other people I've met in the past. And those who have recommended like games to me, like Five Nights at Freddy's, like Heather Can't Game for example, like I might possibly have an interview for her, and if possible, speedrun the Five Nights at Freddy's. See who can complete night 5 first. Well, that really depends really on how we get on leading up to night 5, because I mean, we could fail for all we know. But that's just an example of that. But I've got a lot of YouTubers in mind to do interviews with and get to know them a bit better. So I think that's Skull Crusher's question. So thank you, Skull Crusher, for those questions, or Zombie Hunter's Comeback. That's his official channel name, so shout out goes to you for your questions. Thank you very much. And 251GNR, who's also a huge subscriber of mine, he's got 4 questions for me as I battle Ripperoo. What was the first question he asked? Sorry, just see, this is what I find difficult, is just keeping an eye on the screen and just answering the questions. It's just like, okay, I don't know how on earth I hit Ripperoo there, but I'll take it. Oh, okay, right, you know he bounced on me. You better get the clippers out, Ripperoo. Your toenails are spiky, very spiky. Okay, right. I think if I do this, hopefully this goes off. There we go. And then, well, that was really quick. Right, that was Ripperoo, but anyway, on the 251GNR's questions, if you watch sport, what kind of sports would you watch on TV? Now, let me say I used to watch a particular sport, but not anymore, and that was professional wrestling, like WWE for example, but I've just really not been interested in their product anymore, and the reason being is because they push the same guys over and over again. Now, this may be different because, I mean, I know they got NXT now, and they're pushing all these young stars up in NXT, but the thing is, like, for people like John Cena, for example, who are still getting main event spots, you're probably thinking to yourself, isn't it time where enough is enough for these guys? Because, like, Cena has been the face of this company for what, like, what's been nearly 10 years? And guys like, for example, like Daniel Bryan, I mean, I know that he's been injured like quite a lot. I mean, he's had like a serious injury. I mean, Roman Reigns, I think they're pushing Roman Reigns to be the next big face of the company, which, to be honest, in my opinion, is kind of a bad idea. Because me personally, I just wasn't a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I mean, I have been seeing like some promo work from him on YouTube, but it just, he doesn't really appeal to me, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of glad I stopped watching because it's like they just don't care about their product anymore, and that may just be me, but that's how I feel personally about the WWE. But as far as it goes for other sport like football, I only ever watch football if the World Cup is on. I'm one of those people that just, like, I tune in every 4 years. That's the way I like to look at it for football. I tune in every 4 years. That's actually a good way of putting it. Apart from that, I don't think I watch any other sport. The Olympics I might watch occasionally, but apart from that, I don't really think I really watch other sports. I tried giving other sports a go, like UFC, which I think I should give UFC a shot sometime, because I know that CM Punk, oh yeah, that podcast I listened to, him like bashing the WWE, well, not bashing the WWE, but telling the truth from his side of the story, sounds pretty legit to me. For those who haven't heard CM Punk's podcast, I recommend you give it a listen, because it is a pretty interesting podcast about the WWE and why he left. For those who are not familiar, like, Punk left the company back the night after the Royal Rumble, I think, and he wasn't very happy with how he was being treated. For example, like, he was complaining about his injuries, how he wasn't getting enough time off, whereas in UFC, like, he'll get that amount of time off as much as he wants. Which I agree with Punk on that perspective, but I'm not going to say everything about the interview. So for those who want to check out the interview, I'll leave a link down below for those who might be interested. For those who are wrestling fans, if you want to check out the interview, I'll link it down below in the description, so you can check it out for yourselves. But I think that answers that question, and I'll just finish this bonus round and get on to the next question, which is, what is your favourite video game series of all time? If I were to say my favourite video game series, it'd probably be Crash Bandicoot. It's my all-time favourite gaming series because I was very familiar with it when I was younger, and I still like it to this day. There's still games in the Crash series I haven't played though, like Crash of the Titans and Crash Mind Over Mutant. I haven't really played those properly, but as far as I've seen for Crash of the Titans, it looks decent, but like, even though it's a different idea, it's still a pretty decent one. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it looks pretty decent. Mind Over Mutant, I would say the same thing as well. But I prefer the original, like just how it feels. I prefer the original style of gameplay, rather than like, I mean, oh, I can't really say that because I've not really played Titans, but that's how I would view it anyway. But I'd be willing to give Crash of the Titans a go and see how it is. See, it's such a pity, right, because Mind Over Mutant or Crash of the Titans could have... Oh, because I lose a mask. Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant I could have got for the PS3, but unfortunately they didn't come out on the PS3 for some reason, and it still puzzles me as to why those games didn't come out. There probably may be an explanation as to why they didn't come out, but I would say Crash Bandicoot is my all-time favourite gaming series. Now, question number 3. What Christmas means to you? Well, what does Christmas mean to me? Well, I would say Christmas. It's one of my favourite times of the year. I mean, it's where you get to spend time with like your family and have okay, right, I lost my balance. Where you get to spend time with your family, or where everyone gets to spend time with their families and just have a great time and just like sharing gifts on Christmas Day. It's magnificent. Like it's such a brilliant feeling to have that. Like, to share that with your family, and it must be brilliant for everyone to share that with everyone's families, really. But I think what Christmas means to me is that, like, and see what I've asked for Christmas this year. I've only asked for one thing this Christmas, and that was The Walking Dead, because I really liked Breaking Bad. Like, Breaking Bad, like, that was the best TV show I'd ever seen this year, and if you've not seen it, and I may have mentioned this so many times in my videos, I recommend giving it a watch, because you won't regret it. Because it is arguably, I think, the best TV show ever made. But it's a fantastic TV show, but anyway, going on to about what Christmas means to me. But I personally think that Christmas is really all about spending time with the family and just really spending time with loved ones, really. That's what it means to me. And just giving gifts to others. Like, I really don't care about, like, receiving gifts from others. I'd rather much give gifts to my family and other people. Like, and friends who I know really well, that have been really helpful and supportive. But that's what Christmas really means to me, is just like spending time with loved ones. That's what it means to me. I mean, I just really like it, like when I spend time with my family. That's what it really means to me. Okay, and just go over here. Okay, so what's the last question he asks? And one of my main questions, what are your top 3 Crash Bandicoot games? Well, that actually is a link to question 2. So, I would say my top 3. I think this would probably be number 3 in my book. Despite the slippery controls, the first Crash Bandicoot game is still an instant classic in my eyes. Like, it's got a good balance of difficulty, I feel. Like, I mean, Crash Bandicoot 2, don't get me wrong, has that balance of difficulty as well, but... Okay, right. Good. I always remember people having trouble with that. I mean, I had trouble with that when I was younger as well. Spinning the snake and, like, falling down the hole. That was, troubles I had with the controls there. Okay, just make sure I get rid of one of those bats. Okay. That was close. Even though I'm not supposed to, well, I mean, I can get the gems if I want to, so... But, as far as goes for my top 3 Crash Bandicoot games, this would be number 3 in my book. And number 2 would be Crash to Insanity. Because, well, Crash to Insanity was kind of like, I wouldn't say it's open world, but it's like, it's not like the previous Crash Bandicoot games where you just go into a level via a warp room or a map. It was a different perspective, and I quite liked it that way. Although, I will say that the game could have been worked on more, but I think it was because of the developers possibly being rushed by the publishers in the way. Which is a pity that happens in the gaming industry, but it happens. Oh, crap. And I missed that checkpoint as well, actually. I thought I spun that, but I didn't. But anyway. And number 1 in my book, Crash Bandicoot 2. Because, well, it had a lot of variety of levels. I feel it had a jungle level, snow level, and it had... In fact, now thinking about it, the snow level, it actually does kind of remind me of Uncharted 2 now. Now I'm going to cross-reference it, now I'm going to try and cross-reference every level of Uncharted, which I think is a good thing. Because, I mean, it's an interesting perspective, that, like I mentioned before. But anyhow, that's Temple Ruins done. But those are my top 3 Crash Bandicoot games for that. Now, this question right here. Oh, I missed a box. Oh well, doesn't matter. Well, I wasn't going for 100% anyway. Now, this question, asked by my stepdad. Am I getting you a Ferrari for Christmas? If you're watching this, which I probably know you will be, because you'll be anxious to hear my answer. I won't spoil anything. I will not spoil anything. You'll need to wait till Christmas Day and find out what you got from me. That's all I'm saying. But I thought it was, like, I thought that question was like a joke of some sorts, but I thought to myself, you know what, just for laughs, I'm going to include this in the video, because I think, oh yeah, just avoid that hog, but I think, I decided to include that in the video for laughs, because I feel like people will be like, did you, okay, right, okay, it's like, did you really include that question? I thought it was a joke, but oh well. But anyhow, I think that was all the questions really, and I know that my brother asked me about my recording setup, and like I said in one of the previous questions to Skull Crusher, I think I'll record a video of me, like on my brother's video camera, to show my recording setup and how it's all been set up. I thought the game froze for a second. I'd be like, no, this better not happen. But I think that's all the questions actually. Let me check my list. That's it. Okay then, now, last and certainly not least, I just want to give a bit of a thank you message. Since it is the season of goodwill after all, I feel like giving a thank you message to like a lot of people and going through memories over the years. First of all, like, I'll start my YouTube memories at first, and that is the new Renegade Order with myself, Bacon Gamer, Rich Renegade, and Pro Silverlight. Oh, we had some great memories in that group. I mean, I hope we do like another speedrun in the future. I mean, those guys are just like they're great. I mean, I've not really been speaking to them like quite a lot. I mean, I've spoken with Rich Renegade recently, like with Skull Crusher, with the possibility of me joining them for a possible collaboration with them on Assassin's Creed Unity, which sounds like a promising idea. But again, though, because of college work and stuff like that, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. But like I said before, I'm still in that process of like trying not to let college work overtake me. But those guys are just awesome. I mean, they are. I mean, even though I've not really spoken to them in quite some time, I mean, I really should. Like Pro Silverlight as well, I'm gonna like have an interview with him and like maybe do like a Sonic speedrun with him, since I know he's a huge fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, as am I. So I'll keep you in mind if you're watching this. But those guys all get shout-outs from me because, I mean, they're just such great friends. I mean, like, without their support, I probably wouldn't be where I am today, if I'm being honest. And as far as it goes for other YouTubers, like, I recently joined, well, in fact, yes, it was earlier this year, actually. I joined a speedrunning tournament. It was Old School Speedruns 1, and it was a Crash Bandicoot-themed tournament. And for those who are watching this who participated in the tournament with me, you'll know what I'm talking about when I say this. I had some great memories in that tournament. Like I think especially with, who was it? What were the matches I did? I know I did like a Crash Bandicoot 2 match, a Crash Bandicoot 3. Although the best memories are probably from the ones where I was leading up to the final, like my semi-final match with Hey David. No wait, I pronounced that wrong. Hey David 17, where we were speedrunning Crash to Insanity, Race to Beat Dingodile. Oh, that was a tense speedrun. It was really close as well. That was great memories. And then there was the grand final speedrun with myself, Hey David 17 again, and Abdul. Like speedrunning Crash to Insanity oh, Crate, yeah, Crate, yes, I need to get crates right now to get another life, yeah. In fact, you know what, screw it. I don't know why I did that, but I felt, you know what, no, I'm not having that. But Okay, I don't know why I just did that, but whatever. So, what was I saying? Yeah, the grand final was just fantastic. I know I've lost both my Aku masks, but it doesn't really matter. The grand final was just amazing, like so many great memories from that. And I have to like thank Digital Masterpieces as well for putting this tournament together, because I mean, like without this tournament I probably wouldn't have met like a lot of these YouTubers who I speedran. I think that's a past term for it, or speedran with I think that's the past term for it, but like if I hadn't like I'd met those YouTubers, I mean I wouldn't have had like more friends like on there. So thank you guys like for your great memories. For if you're watching this, I mean I know that you will be, so I thank you for the great memories for those speedruns, and hopefully there'll be more in the future with because I know there's another tournament happening next year, but it's going to be like a different theme. But there are other people that I would like to speedrun with as well throughout the years. I mean, like there were a lot of other YouTubers I met this year. Like I mean, there were some others like Heather Can't Game, for example. Like I met her like back in October, and like she recommended that I play Five Nights at Freddy's, and honestly I have to thank you for that, because I mean like that game has become really addictive for me, because I mean like just trying to complete those nights, it's just so intense. Honestly, every time I play that game, I'm always shaking in my boots. Well, so to speak, I'm shaking in my boots. I'm not literally wearing boots when I'm playing the game, but but it's brilliant. I mean, thank you, Heather. Like, I mean, a shout out goes to you. I mean, if you're watching this, a shout out goes to you for recommending me that game. And well, for being like a good friend as well. I mean, I think like I should speak to a lot more YouTubers in the next year and get to know them a bit better. But honestly, I've met a lot of great YouTubers. I mean, especially Skull Crusher as well, and 251GNR. Those guys' names I mentioned, those two that I mentioned who asked me questions in this video, those two have been great supporters of mine as well, and I have to thank them as well for their comments, or the thoughtful comments on my videos. I mean, it's just amazing, guys. I mean, I can't thank you enough for that. It's just fantastic. Okay then, so yeah, I'm trying to maintain my concentration while I'm giving this thank you message as well. It's pretty hard, but I'm certain I can do it. I mean, I am a Crash Bandicoot expert. At least I think I am anyway. But who else have I got to thank in terms of YouTube? Now there's other YouTubers I haven't really spoken to a lot that I would like to speak to in the future. Like Cooper195, for example. I mean, I know that I'm friends with him and that, although I've not really spoken to him a lot. And like, who's it? Dingo Crash, his name is? Yeah, I know that like I've known him for quite some time, even though I haven't really spoken with him personally. I think like, well, a lot anyway. I mean, I really would like to speak with him a lot more. Whoa, that was close. But I quite like to speak with him a bit more personally. Like a lot of YouTubers, I mean, I like to speak with a bit more personally. Like in those interviews, like I said, get to know them a bit better. But I think shoutouts really go to everyone. I think everyone that I know on YouTube, really, even though if they haven't supported me, shoutout goes to them anyway in general. But just because I'm in a thankful mood when I'm making this video. And what else should I say? In terms of like thank yous. Oh yeah, as far as it goes, like my family, for example, like this year, like my family has helped me quite a lot. Like this year, I mean, I've had some tough times this year, like well, like not getting into like a university, but I had some tough times with that because I don't think like I was fully prepared to that point, because the university didn't give me enough time to prepare for my like audition and stuff like that. But I won't really get into much details about that. But the lecturers at the college that I'm at, and plus a past lecturer who I have known for quite some time, I have to give them thank yous as well in this video, because I mean, without their guidance and support, like I wouldn't be where I am today. So a huge thank you goes to them if they're watching this. I mean, that's if they're watching this, of course, but anyway. And also to well, like my family are just like, well, fantastic. Well, they really are. I mean, like without their support and like their guidance as well, again, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I really thank them for that. And as far as it goes, like now my friends that I've met at college and school. Now let's go over like my college friends. There are quite a lot of college friends that have helped me out like a lot this year, because I mean I have been pretty stressed out this year since I have been studying for a degree, but there are quite a few people who I would like to thank in this video, but you know who you are if you're watching this. But I mean, I really would like to thank you for all of your help and support that you provided me throughout the years, as well as like any help that I provided you as well. I mean, I'm very thankful for like giving you like help as well over this past year. I just felt I needed to like return the favor and just like be kind-hearted. Okay, don't know how I managed to do that. I managed to get on top of those structures, but what was I going to say now? I've lost track of thought. Yeah, I've been doing some teaching like recently, like earlier this year, and I thought that my teaching really wasn't going so well, and I feel like I've been underestimating my own teaching abilities, and I have to thank two of my students who have like encouraged me and reassured me of like any possible overestimating thoughts I had on my teaching. But okay, now this bonus round. See if I can do this in one go. Okay, right, good. This bonus round is quite tricky. Oh no 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 no! Oh whoa, that was close. Right. Cortex will give me that key. But that's a pretty dark bonus stage. I mean, like with all the the spike balls and everything in there, like torture devices. It looked like torture devices in the background. It's pretty symbolic, but whatever. But I have to thank my students like for reassuring me, and also like I mentioned my lecturers before. I mean that they've supported me a lot over the past, over the past few years. Sorry if you heard that. Pardon me. And they've supported me a lot over the past few. Yeah, I'm repeating myself. Sorry if I'm really repeating myself, but that's something that'll come in time that I'm going to be improving on. I know a lot of people said that you repeat yourself quite a lot, but I do agree. I mean, I annoy myself as well when I repeat myself on my commentary, but it's probably just the way I am, I guess. But hopefully, I'm hoping to naturally just go away from that. Like the more I do videos, like the less I'll repeat myself. And if I have a script, which to be honest, like when I do my videos, I don't really need a script. I just say what comes to mind, really. That's really what I do. But again, like my friends at college, thank you, like ever so much, like for all the the support you've given me over the last few years. It's been like very very incredible over the past few years. Now my school friends, if they're watching this, well, I'm not sure if they will be, but if they are watching this, let me just say, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to say, but let me just, I am failing at platforming today for some, okay, let me try this again, slowly and steadily, but I have to thank them for their support, like, back in school years, and I know I haven't spoken to them in quite some time. I mean, like, it's been nearly a year now, if I'm being honest. It's been, like, nearly a year since I've seen my school friends, and I'll be seeing them again this coming Sunday. I've been invited to a ceilidh in a town that's near where I used to live, and it'd be great to see my school friends again. I mean, like, especially like having like a ceilidh with them, like a ceilidh dance, just be fantastic. Like, I know a lot of people are going to this, so it'd be a great opportunity to have a catch up with them. So if they are watching this, I mean that they've been very grateful to me over the years, and I'm very thankful for all their support. So I thank you, all my friends as well, for that. In fact, let me check this video actually. How long has this been going on for? Wow, nearly 15 minutes. Wow, that's actually quite a lot. In fact, I'll finish Koala Kong and then I'll end the video off. I've not got that long to go anyway. So overall, for those people that I mentioned, I mean, especially like people that I met in the past as well who have helped me out quite a lot, thank you as well for your support. I mean, it's been a pleasant journey so far, and I really hope like the journey will just continue to get more more progressive, and I'm sure it will be, because I mean I'm pretty sure I'll do well like this coming year of my college work. So overall, again, thank you so much everyone, like, for all your support. I mean, it really means a lot to me. Like YouTubers, family, friends, lecturers like that I've had in the past, like students, that I've had like in the past for clarinet lessons, or even future students as well. I'm looking forward to teaching them like in the new year, if possible. But well, I'm pretty sure it will happen. And well, I'm actually surprised, right? I honestly would have thought I would have had to like jump away from the rock and plan like my next move, but apparently not. I'm willing to bet though for this one I probably will have to like wait. Okay, so we'll just wait. Where's he going? Whoa, I didn't have to do that. Like, I just stayed in that one position and I didn't even need to move. Wow, that's amazing. That's never happened to me before actually when I faced Kuala Kong in this game, so that's a pretty outstanding achievement there. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So again, thank you all so much for your support. I mean, it's an absolute pleasure. I mean, it really is, like, to have such great friends, family that are so supportive, and like lecturers as well that are very supportive. I mean, it really means a lot to me. I mean, it really does. I mean, so I thank you once again for all your support. So I'm hoping that I've not like made this video too emotional with my thank yous, but I felt like it was something I needed to do. But since it was a season of the goodwill after all, and I felt like, you know, I'm going to be really kind-hearted and just give a lot of thank yous to everyone, because I mean they've just been so helpful and kind over the years. But anyhow, thank you all for watching this special Q&A video of me playing Crash Bandicoot 1. I felt it was appropriate, like I said again, because it was the 20th anniversary of the Sony's PlayStation back at the beginning of this month, and I felt Crash Bandicoot was one of those milestones back all those years ago. So again, guys, thank you all for watching. Please feel free to like if you enjoyed, comment down below with your thoughts, and also please feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more videos in the future. So until then, guys, thank you all again for watching, and thank you all so much for your support, and I shall see you later. Till then, goodbye.